How's it going, everyone? Sorry, I'm having issues with my GoPro, so I wasn't able to do a lot of things yesterday. Hopefully I got the issues fixed, because another first theme park for me today. I am here in Shakopee, Minnesota, at the second park bought by Cedar Point back in 1978. It's where it gets named Fair, and the name Cedar Fair. I am at Valleyfair, and right away this park does know how to make an entrance. You got Wild Thing, Steel Venom right there. It's pretty gorgeous. Of course, it's nothing like, say, Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, Six Flags Great America, all the other parks I've been to. Like, I think this will be the smallest of the Cedar Fair parks I've been to, but I don't care. It's still a theme park. That's why I came here to Minnesota in the first place, for the May park. Plus, I'll be hitting, if every coaster is open today, I will be hitting a milestone. So stay tuned for that. So I'm waiting here in line. Park's gonna open in about just a few minutes here. And yeah, see you guys when I get inside the park. All right, so I made it inside the park, and I'm gonna start walking around. So overall, this is my fourth of the Cedar Fair parks. I have been to Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, and now Valleyfair. This is my second new park for the year. My other park earlier this year being Carowinds. I'm still trying to pull up all that footage, because like I said, my GoPro is really acting like a little shitter right now, but I'm trying to figure that out. Of course, Valleyfair, and it looks like all of the Cedar Fair parks are implementing that controversial chaperone policy. So today, the park is open from 9:30 until 5:30, and the chaperone policy goes into effect at 4. So I'll have most of the park I have all the park mostly by myself after 4. I did see some school buses. There are some school groups here today. So walking by Wild Thing right now, trying to find my way first to Wild Mouse. I know that thing builds up a line, and I want to knock that out right away. I'm gonna try to knock out all the lesser, or not, I don't even want to say that, but just the smaller coasters out right away. Wild Mouse, High Roller, Corkscrew, rides like that. I'm walking past the Gaming Avenue now, so as soon as I find Wild Mouse, I'll talk to you guys then. All right, I'd like to apologize to all my Valleyfair aficionados out there, but I kept calling the Wild Mouse coaster here Wild Mouse. It's known as Mad Mouse. I have made it over into the area. This is going to be my first coaster of the day, my first coaster at Valleyfair. This is an Aero Wild Mouse, which is only one of 3 left in the country. The other, I might be riding the other 2, one more for sure later on this year. But they say this is the worst of the 3. I'll be the judge of that. Here we go, getting to the queue line for Mad Mouse. All right, little change of plans since Mad Mouse is not open yet. I'm not seeing High Roller run. However, I am seeing Corkscrew, so I'm gonna go hop on Corkscrew, get that Aero Looper out of the way. I'm trying to save Wild Thing, Steel Venom, Renegade, and Excalibur if it opens. So I did walk back there, and they have the entrance to it completely gated off. So that's the big if right now, is Excalibur. Not sure if that's gonna open today or not. But changing up, sticking with Aero instead of their Wild Mouse, I'm gonna hop on their Looper with Corkscrew. All right, Corkscrew, I think gets a little too much hate. I got very back row. Granted, it's an Aero Looper. You know how they're going to be. You know what you're in for. That it's not the best Aero Looper I've been on, not the worst. It's really all I gotta say. Mad Mouse, I was able to get on that. It's open now. This is probably me giving it a little too much credit. It's better than any mock wild mouse I've been on. That model by Arrow is probably my, not only, well, I'm not going to say my favorite Arrow because that's just ludicrous, you know, Magnum, but that's probably the best wild mouse I've been on. And you guys know me, I don't like wild mice coasters. So yeah, so I did see High Roller testing, make my way over there now. Still nothing on Excalibur. I've not seen anything. I'm over by Renegade now. I'm gonna get my all-day drink cup. Now, see you guys when I'm over by High Roller. All right, so I'm taking a little break. It's lunchtime here. Got these chili cheese fries from Fry Your Tucks. 13 bucks. They don't look like they're worth $13, but we're still gonna try them. But not worth $13. So, a couple of things since the last shop. Earlier I misspoke by saying this is my 4th Cedar Fair park. It's actually my 5th because I forgot about Knott's Berry Farm. In the meantime, since then I have ridden 2 other coasters. I got on High Roller, that was running, and that's a pretty good coaster right there. It's got real good airtime. It's actually funny because you can actually feel the trains coming off the track. I was the first rider on that for the day. Got on there just as they opened. After that, went over to Steel Venom, and out of the 3 remaining Intamin Impulse coasters here in the States, I've been on 2. My first one at my home park, Six Flags Great America, V2, Flash Vertical Velocity, whatever the fuck you want to call it now, and Steel Venom. And I really wish they can get that holding brake working on V2. Because being able to experience that on Steel Venom, yeah, that put that as not only one of my favorite, or not only as, in my opinion, the best of the 2 Impulse coasters I've ridden, it doesn't put at the top of the Intamins I've ridden. But we'll go ahead, finish up my fries. I got 2 more coasters here that I'm going to end up riding. That's Excalibur. It's not going to open, which ruins things for me because I was going to make Renegade my 100th coaster. But since Excalibur is not running today, it would be about another month, they said, I'm going to be stuck at 99. And I'm not doing Cosmic coasters. I do not chase kiddie coasters. I do not count them as credits. So, but I got more coaster trips coming up. Right now, Michigan's Adventure is up in the air. But at the end of July, got Hershey Park, Dorney Park. So, and then at the end of October, I'm heading back to Kings Island, which I have 2 more credits to get there, and then I'll have that park conquered. So, get you guys when I'm ready to hop on the Wild Thing. All right, here I am, currently waiting for the line to reopen here at Wild Thing. When I was having lunch, it broke down. It's the 2nd breakdown I've had today, because when I got to Steel Venom, that broke down. Oh, line reopened. But they got Wild Thing up and running again. So I'm gonna go ahead. My first Morgan coaster. Much less my first Morgan Hyper. It's actually my first legit Morgan coaster. See how it stacks up. So I know this was, Cedar Fair wanted copies of Magnum. Arrow wouldn't give them, so I went to Morgan. So I've heard, I know the reputation for this coaster, so I'll give you guys my what I think about it when I get off. Okay, I understand why Wild Thing gets as much hate, because it is so constantly compared to Magnum. That hate is way too undeserved. Because that was a legit fun ride. It's relatively smooth for an older hyper, especially by Morgan. And also, You know, the big turnaround, the 2 helixes were forceful. I got some good airtime. I decided to go out. I gave, you know, it's compared to Magnum, so I sat in Magnum's magic seat, row 3, and that's where I sat for Wild Thing. The lift, the first drop, it kind of just stalls out at the top, which was all right. The first hill after the first drop, I got one of the best floater airtime moments I've had. As soon as we crested, I was out of my seat until we got to the valley. After the brake run, going through all those little bunny hills, they're not as strong as Magnum, but I think one thing that helps in Magnum's case is the seatbelt and the restraints, because they're so tight up against you. And you know, that's kind of, and a little better profile down Wild Thing. Really, the only gripes I have with Wild Thing is the lift hill and the brake one are way too loud. You can hear those all around the park. That's really the only gripe I had, because that Wild Thing was a legit fun ride. I had a blast on that thing, and I will be riding that a few more times today. I want to try and definitely get back row ride on it. But now I'm gonna go ahead and try and get, is that Renegade or Excalibur? Oh, that's Renegade. Yeah, I thought I saw Excalibur running, but it turns out to be Renegade. That's where I'm going right now. That will be my last new coaster of this trip. And I'm really disappointed I was not able to crack into my 100 yet. But now I know my 100th I'm going to have a battle between, because it's probably going to be Hershey Park. Got Wildcat's Revenge opening up this year, Sky Rush, Candemonium, Fahrenheit, all those fun coasters that can be my 100th coaster. Right now, really, it's between Sky Rush or Wildcat's Revenge. So, see you guys when I get off Renegade. All right, my thoughts on Renegade. Easily, no doubt about it, best coaster in the park. In terms of other coasters I've been on, and I'm just gonna go ahead and throw Ghost Rider in with this. I'm gonna do GCI affiliated coasters. Again, I'm throwing Ghost Rider in there. I know it's CCI, but GCI, retract it, get a bunch of extra work on Ghost Rider, and obviously people have no doubt how good that coaster is. It's one of the best wooden coasters in the world. Let's just go ahead and so I would actually rate this mid of the 3 GCI affiliated coasters I've been on. I'm gonna put it ahead of Ghost Rider, but behind Mystic Timbers. I mean, Mystic Timbers is like top of the line when it comes to wooden coasters I've been on. So that's my thought. I'm gonna wait later on, give you my countdown, rankings, everything else, other reviews for all the other coasters I've been on. This does conclude all the coasters I can get today here at Valleyfair. Since Excalibur is closed and I do not chase kiddie coasters, so I will not be doing Cosmic Coaster. So I'll see you guys later on today.